Dear colleagues, I'd like to start my topic today with the comment how the White House and Biden-Harris administration held the meeting with the biggest economist, with the Secretary of Treasuries and U.S. Fed about the economic situation of the world, G20, G7, and the United States of America. Not only the first, I must let's start about this comment how the GDP and the biggest economy of the world, despite that slow, biggest largest economies. The economic growth had the plus higher than the zero data. And certainly the mostly economies of the world have a big study. Sorry, missing. The mostly economies, mostly states had thanks the efforts of the central banks had interest more than the zero, rather than Swiss bank, central bank increasing the interest rate from the minus zone to the plus zone. So the hard policy of the central bank usually must be the slow economical, but we have a situation when the economical growth had in the plus territory. So despite that the slow economical growth, but United States have the feature one the employment have a data 3.7%. This is a small data allows to talk about small the absent or the employment the economical microeconomical phenomenon. And so this is a business data, and the Biden-Harris administration held the meeting with the last month of the third quarter. And totally one of the testified of the slowdown economy, the minus data of the stock exchange also, and the data of the C&P shows the not very good. All of the good in the economy. Certainly the increasing of the interest rate have influence over the markets or the markets of the US markets and the stock exchange stock is market at first. So but the main threat of the US economy, the economical phenomenon, this is inflation rate fell down, and the oil prices, the main enemy of or for all power fell down also, but this is a pleasure situation when the summer period, when mostly Americans like traveling by his cars has ended. So the, another story, we have situation how the Russian treasuries have during the September months had three attempts to the hold of the submission the loan of the Russian state debt. Last week I showed by the RBC and certainly the information of the economic power or the market of the Russian state debt. Certainly the sanctions close the outside the external the foreign money, and the Russian treasury had trying the submission some papers of the law, and unfortunately for the Russian economic power, three attempts was unsuccessful. Despite the sum was despite the sum were very small, less than 6 or 8 billion US dollars only. The Russian banks, the main keepers of the Russian state debts right now, currently have not biggest interest for the buying Russian state debts. Not only it's very easy to blame the Russian bank system for the absence of patriotism. So the Russian state debt in these conditions have financial budget for Russian treasuries, and so the biggest deficit in the size of the 2% of the GDP in rubles. For me, had formed due to the. Certainly, you are right. The spectators for the I think the Ukraine story. It's not biggest secret, and not only, but maybe Russian banks afraid the secondary sanctions, or Russian or maybe Russian state bank believing the real situation in the market. I think the real inflation and with the risks, and another story, Russian banks wanted maybe about the more than 9%. So the high in comparison to the interest rate of the Russian central bank. That is. Jesus, and certainly, and Russian bank system have the possibility to the run into the currency. What reason you the spectators are knowing better than I think. Okay, the second part of my topic before second part. This is a two part already, I think. But before second part, well, I must to tell about the one of the message of the European Union on the Russian edition, how the very feel the border of the tier, how the problem of Ukraine honey. Certainly the war destroyed Ukraine honey culture and honey situation in the Ukraine very big, have a big problem. Before the war, Ukraine have a harvest of the honey 65,000 ton, and 60 ton of them sent into the export. And right now, certainly that Ukraine agricultural sectors have not information about what will be honey harvest will be this year. Not only this is only I think this is report of the European Union, European news about all have a relationship with the Ukraine story. I think maybe another opinion. Let's go to the second part of my topic with the General Assembly. The situation is the General Assembly where the chairman of the General Assembly of this year named the representative of the Hungary, the foreign minister, representative of Hungary, a woman. And today, after the between Thailand and Ethiopia, foreign minister report had Russian minister Sergei Lavrov. Right away, I must to tell this is a message directed only in inland consumer of the Russian Federation for the exactly to tell this is a message for the unity Russia, and some sentences of this report was written by the Putin's speechwriters. And so for example, Sergei Lavrov have not interest in the Iranian problem and the denuclearization Korea, Pennsylvania, and did not tell about the China-Taiwan story and US story, and have not biggest interest of the economical problem after the pandemic and another problem. But he not amazing the Lavrov support of the proposals Joe Biden about increasing Security Council in permanent and temporary memberships. He noted Brazil and India, but he have not his late of the African representative. But African representative have a decision. Maybe for the African representative in the Security Council of United Nations in the permanent base have solution. And so this dialogue, the speech Sergei Lavrov in the Union in the General Assembly. This is a dialogue with the Unity Russia, and especially the General Council of the Unity Russia of the Turchak, Medvedev, Volodin, Vorobyov, and other speeches of the Russian internal policy. Certainly, this is the problem of the climate change and food production and how the solution biggest harvest in Russia. These people have not biggest interest for it. And the last topic today, I told about yesterday. I told about the currency rate. The current currency rate and this is the current trap who have their Russian money circulation. So this is a problem. That is a political problem. Fell down in the heat of the Russian economical Andrei Belarus, for example. Certainly Elvira Nabiulina. And here and Russian, but Russia by this year have a big harvest of the feed and other grain sorts, and so therefore due to the Russian currency rate have not relative with the real the market conditions. It's correct how the export duties of the Russian feed for the export were fell down. I think this is a usual method for the increasing productive for abroad. So thank you. Bye.